Hi everyone, this is Mahmoud Sheikh, and from past few videos I have been working on developing a lectures management system using PHP CodeIgniter AJAX and jQuery. In my last video I completed the functionality of uploading the qualification details of a user, and in this video I will discuss about updating the qualification details of a user. Okay, so in this video we will discuss about developing the functionality of updating the user qualification details using CodeIgniter AJAX and jQuery. Okay, so before starting this video I would just want to tell you guys, if you guys like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you will get regular updates of my upcoming videos. Okay, so now let us start discussing about the functionality of updating the record. Okay, so now for that, first we need to go to our add profile, okay, where we have written our code for designing this add qualification form. Okay, so this is the coding which I had written in my earlier video, in my last video. Okay, so now we can see in that video I had told you that this ID, qualification form ID, I will be using for uploading the data to the server, and this ID I will be using in my jQuery code, okay, which you can see here, qualification form. Okay, but now in the case of updating the record, I have assigned another ID with a name as btn qualification edit. Okay, so I'm using this btn qualification edit ID in my jQuery code for updating the user record. Okay, I will show you. Okay, see here, I have used this btn qualification edit which I have assigned to my update button. Okay, now here in my jQuery section I have started this with the document.ready function, and inside that I had written the onSubmit event for uploading the data. Okay, so this I had written in my last video, and immediately after that I have started the onClick event, and to this I have given the ID of the button qualification edit. Okay, so whenever I click on the update button, an on click event gets generated. Okay, so the moment when I click on submit, I will be getting the details from the form: highest qualification, passing year, percentage, college studied, city, university. All these details I will collect it and store these inside these variables. Okay, then I will be checking if the user is trying to submit the form by leaving any of the text box blank. In that case, I will display the user an error message as please fill all the details. Okay, if user has click on update button by entering all the details in each and every text box, then control will come inside this if block, where I will be making an AJAX call. Okay, here I am making a post AJAX request to this edit qualification info function which I have created inside user controller. Okay, so here I am creating a JSON object. Okay, so to this I am passing all the data which I am collecting from this form. Okay, so highest qualification, passing year, percentage, college studied, city, university. So I'm storing this in the form of JSON. Okay, then once the control comes inside this if block, where I'm making an AJAX request to this edit qualification info function inside user controller, then control will come inside this user controller, where I have written the code for updating the qualification detail. Here as well I'm collecting all the data from the user. Okay, this highest qualification to university. Okay, so all this data which user has entered. Okay, if user has made any changes, then that changes also will come and stored inside these variables. Okay, and here apart from these details I'm also getting the user ID of the user from the session. Okay, so once I get all these details, then I have created an qualification data array, and inside that array I'm storing all these details of qualification. Okay, then I'm passing this qualification data to this edit qualification data function, as you can see here, this function is having two parameters. One is qualification data, which is an array, and another one is the user ID. Okay, so for updating a record of any user, we need two information. One is the data which we want to update, and another is the ID of the user whose record we are trying to update. Okay, so that's what I have mentioned inside this function as a parameter. Okay, first parameter is the data, and the second parameter is the user ID whose data I'm trying to update. So this edit qualification data function I have created inside this user model class. Okay, so here inside this user model I have created this edit qualification data function, which accepting qualification data and user ID as a parameter. Okay, so here I'm updating the record based on the where clause. Okay, so whoever user is trying to update that record, based on the user ID of that user, I'm making changes in the qualification details of that user inside qualification table. Okay, if the data successfully gets updated inside TBL qualification, then the control will come to again controller, and from controller the control will come back to the add profile, where here I will be displaying a success message to the user. Okay, qualification message is the ID with which I'm displaying a message to the user saying that data updated successfully. Okay, and immediately after that this message gets disappear from the user. Okay, and page gets refreshed or reloaded, and we will be getting the updated data fetched from the table and start displaying inside these text boxes. Okay, now let us make some changes in this record. Okay, instead of 75, if I want to make it as 80, and instead of 2006, if I want to make it as 2005, and when I click on update, you will see a message gets popped up, and immediately after that that message gets disappear, and we have the updated information in our form. Okay, so this is the coding jQuery, PHP CodeIgniter and HTML coding which I have written for developing this functionality of updating the qualification details of that user. Okay, so this is everything about updating the qualification details of any user using PHP CodeIgniter, AJAX and jQuery. Okay, so I hope you guys have understood everything whatever we have discussed in this video. Okay, so that's all for this video, and in our next video we will come up with discussing about developing the functionality of uploading professional details of any user. Okay, that we will going to cover in our next video, and thanks for watching.